Guys, in this video, I'll be explaining why analysts are wrong with earnings expectations for NIO. We're getting earnings tomorrow, and analysts are expecting $1.44 billion in revenue. And this is the second lowest quarterly revenue number in the last 2 years. All right. The worst is, of course, Q2 of 2023 at 1.21 billion with 23,520 deliveries. But if you do some basic math, all right, so let's go through all the quarters since 2022. In Q1 of 2022, NIO did 1.56 billion with 25,768 deliveries. So, now we got more deliveries than back then, but analysts are expecting lower revenues. In Q2 of 2022, NIO did 1.53 billion on 25,059 deliveries. Q3 of 2022, NIO did 1.83 billion with 31,607 deliveries. In Q4 of 2022, NIO did 2.32 billion with 40,052 deliveries. Q1 of 2023, NIO did 1.55 billion with 31,041 deliveries. In Q2 of 2023, 1.21 billion with 23,520 deliveries. In Q3 of 2023, NIO did 2.6 billion with 55,432 deliveries. And in Q4 of 2023, NIO did 2.4 billion with 50,045 deliveries. Now, if we use any of those quarterly numbers with the average sales, average revenue per vehicle. So, for example, using Q2 2023 numbers, and multiplying that by Q1 2024's deliveries of 30,053, you get 1.55 billion, which beats analyst expectations. Using Q1 2023 numbers, you get 1.5 billion exact. Now, both of these quarters were, comparably lower revenue quarters. So in that essence, it is very unreasonable for analysts to expect that NIO's deliveries and NIO's revenue is going to be super low. All right. So analysts are extremely wrong. And in some essence, it doesn't really even matter. All right. Someone in my Discord said that what really matters is guidance. And I agree. Guidance for Q2 of 2024 is going to be extremely important. All right. Now, in terms of the stock, it is kind of disappointing. I understand we had so much good news, record deliveries, and also L3, L4 approval. NIO is one of the few companies on the list. XPeng and Li Auto are actually not on that list. So that's incredible, right? But of course, the stock doesn't really behave the way we want it to behave. Also today, markets are up. Look, Nasdaq up 1.5%. Holy crap, but NIO stock is down. Kind of disappointing, I know. But this is mostly because of the sell-off. People are expecting very bad results, 1.44 billion. And it's a pre-earnings sell-off. And I guess people are very pessimistic. Investors in general are very pessimistic. I look at my Discord, everybody there is very pessimistic towards NIO. People are not pricing in what we're seeing here in China, all right? Record sales, record deliveries, also the fact that NIO is probably going to pump out a not profitable, but earnings beat, both in terms of revenue and in terms of earnings per share, just from that basic calculation that we saw just now. And also, of course, 4.7 is going to positively boost this up even further. So we can probably easily see like 1.6 billion, 1.7 billion even possibly. And that's really going to shock everybody if we got like a 20-30% earnings beat in terms of revenue, right? But the stock itself, very, I guess I would have to say that there probably is a lot of short manipulation, a lot of short sellers pushing the stock down. I mean, it has been over the past 2 years, the shorts have gotten very confident shorting the stock. Even if you look at certain message boards, a lot of short sellers there as well. But overall, if you look at this, on the daily, we are about to print a MACD crossover. We sort of dodged it. We were supposed to get one on Monday, Tuesday, but we dodged it. So, I mean, we are probably going to see a MACD crossover very, very soon. And usually when it sells off before earnings, it usually means that everybody's expecting shit numbers, crappy numbers. So NIO is really in for a surprise, all right? We could see massive upside potential if we get a nice shocking surprise, which is what I'm banking on, all right? I'm banking on that happening. And if that does actually indeed happen, we definitely could see the stock run up even more as the shorts are caught off guard. They're expecting shitty numbers, right? Shorts are expecting crappy numbers. A lot of investors are impatient. Some new longs impatient, thinking that this is what they're going to get, 1.44 billion. Or perhaps some people that are unaware of the things happening here in China might expect NIO to get an even worse number in terms of revenue than that, which is completely opposite of what I believe. I believe NIO is going to beat this number by a wide margin. Okay, so this difference, all right, this difference in knowledge will probably shock everybody. And of course, during earnings, pay attention if they give any sort of indication about envelope pre-orders. I know there will be some questions at the end that will maybe address this. Hopefully, somebody will ask this question about envelope pre-orders, what's envelope looking like, and then maybe they'll spill the beans about envelope and what's going on over there in terms of orders, etc. Last I heard, they did 100K in less than 1 day, 100K orders. So definitely looking very, very good for Envo. All right. And then also maybe shed some light onto 4/7 and all these other partnerships. Are they getting money from that? Because if 4/7 comes out and helps us print a very hefty revenue beat because of 4/7's 100 million upfront license fee or 200 million upfront license fee, that really boosts the revenue and boosts the earnings per share. Investors, all right, these big banks will want to know what's going on with that. All right, is NIO getting some sort of cash from all the other partnerships? I tried to ask this question with Dr. Shin Fei at the Beijing Auto Show when I bumped into him, and of course he said that for them, for those guys, those partners, they see it as an investment, okay, and that the 4/7 deal is a little bit different. All right, the 4/7 deal is using everything, basically a lot of the patents that NIO has to build cars. So it is kind of different. So we'll have to see. This earning is one of the most exciting earnings in my opinion because of the 4/7 situation. Analysts are expecting the second worst earnings ever, quarterly revenue ever, which I think they're going to be proven wrong in my personal opinion, okay? And that's just my personal opinion. Of course, today is the last day to buy or sell NIO stock before the earnings. As you're watching this video, it's probably the market's already closed. And so far, people are taking a risk-off approach, going into earnings. They kind of expecting bad numbers, and they don't want to be part of this. They don't want to be holding it through bad numbers. But I'm telling you that the numbers are going to be good, all right? So these guys that exited their position in anticipation of bad earnings, once good earnings come out, they're going to be chasing back in. They're going to be chasing back in. And that's my opinion of how things are going to play out, all right? As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.